Yeah, we certainly hope so. I mean, it's a very unique situation, a bit of deja vu for us really, because we were in a similar position last year. We were waiting for other results to go our way. As we saw last year, we needed Port to beat Carlton in the last game. Unfortunately, they didn't, and our boys still went out and beat West Coast by 80 points. So we've been there before. Our guys are mature enough to handle it. Obviously, we'll be sitting like the rest of our fans watching the other games with interest, and our focus today will be to start well against St Kilda no matter what the situation. So start well, first quarter, hopefully send our season off in style if we're out of September.
Do you think about the margins at all? Have you prepared during the week for ways that you can get on and run?
Definitely, yeah, we'll be ready. I mean, if we're still very much alive by the time the umpire bounces the ball the first quarter, we've got strategy in place to ensure that we're well informed about margins and percentage and those sort of things. But we won't lose any sleep over that until it actually is presented in front of us. So it starts tonight with Collingwood v Hawthorn. We need Hawthorn to look after us tonight, and then obviously it rolls again with the Sydney and Richmond game. And when we get here on Sunday, we'll be watching with interest, West Coast play Gold Coast. But the focus for our footy team, our footy club, is just to start well against St Kilda when we're 2 days out.
What's the best way to score big and score fast if that's what you need to do?
Well, it has to be a bit of both. It has to be score, but also to keep your opposition to a low score. Because our points against is quite high, we're the 12th ranked defence in the competition. We do have to kick a good score, but we'll just play a good balance of total football. It's attack and defence. So we can't come in here expecting to play in a shootout. We have to still defend well and make sure that we keep the ball in our half.
So is the idea that you won't tell the players don't look at scores from the other games? We won't update you with West Coast.
Yeah, we
will actually keep them in line with this is what we've got to do.
We're in a similar position last year. The players were preparing because of the slight time difference where the West Coast game will be underway when we arrive here to warm up. Our players will be focused on starting well. We won't let them know the scores. I mean, it'll be hard with a change rooms full of people with access to scores and stuff, not to sort of the scores to be able to filter through, but we've got to ensure that our group is totally focused on starting well against St Kilda.
But later in the game, if it comes to three-quarter time and you hear, okay, well, West Coast is lost or they won by 10 points or...
Yeah, well, we've got to make sure we beat St Kilda. That's our objective. If it comes down to scores and percentage and those sort of things, well, obviously we'll have to let the players know the situation. But if we go into this match distracted by, we have to win by 85 points or 92 points or whatever, that's not the way to attack a game of footy. We'll remain focused with the fundamentals and focus on our processes and ensure we start this game well. Our starts haven't been great this year. We've only won 9 first quarters. Of those 9 first quarters we've won, we've gone on to win 7 times. The 12 first quarters that we've lost, we've only won 3 of those matches. So that's an area that we have to fix up over the summer, and obviously it's an area that we have to start well this week.
Do you find yourself how do you get yourself into this situation?
Yeah, we've let too many opportunities go begging this year. We've been in positions to win games in the close matches, so games decided by 2 goals or less, we're 1 win, 6 losses. We're a little bit in North Melbourne of last year where we haven't been able to take advantage of the close games. What it means is we're not far off. I mean, even if we win an extra 2 of those games, we're sitting in 6th position playing a home final next week. We're not. We've only won 1 of those 7 opportunities. So it's an area that this group has to mature with. Mental resilience is to be an area of focus over the summer, to be able to handle those situations. You shouldn't lose a game when you're 12 points up, 10 minutes to go. You need to be able to go ahead and win those games, and we haven't been able to do that this year. We've won as many quarters as Geelong has won this year. We've won the 5th most quarters of any AFL team. So Sydney, Fremantle, Hawthorn are above us. Us and the Cats and Port are about level with quarters won. The trouble is when we have a bad quarter, we get scored heavily against. So, defence is an area that we have to improve. We've had more shots at goal than anyone else in the last 3 weeks, but we haven't won those games. Goal kicking, our starts and defence have to be 3 areas that we focus really hard at over the summer.
Is the list good enough? We know the names and it looks good on paper.
Yeah, I mean, the game's not played on paper though. Obviously, we've been in positions this year where we should have won more games. We've been presented with opportunities to go on and win close ones, and we haven't taken those opportunities. So we haven't played well as a team when it's mattered, which is an area that we have to focus on during the break. And we've got an opportunity this week, though, to still play in September. Yes, we need results to go our way. Fingers crossed that we arrive at here on Sunday still very much alive. If we don't, we'll still finish the season off strong, and you know, look forward to improving in that area next year.
Brendan, there's been a lot of off-field speculation already. Sorry, Andrew.
Yep.
On the back page of the paper today, I saw Phil Walsh's name was linked to your club. Is that someone you look at, or you can't really comment?
No. Phil Walsh is not a name that will be coming to the Crows next year. I know I know Walshy really well. He's contracted to Port. He won't be working for the Crows next year.
But you'll chase other good coaches if they're out there?
Oh, definitely, man. We're in the process of the moment. We've been a coach down all season. We know that with obviously Bales passing away the first week of or the week before the season started. So we're looking for a right-hand man for me. And it's interesting though. I mean, the model is you look back when I first got the job. The same year, you know, Buckley got the job. He had Rodney Eade. Voss had Harvey. Hinkley had Richardson. There's one more, but the model, I think, for a rookie coach is to have a former AFL senior coach to be able to sit alongside you and help you through almost the training wheel phase. But yeah, we're looking now for the best person available and that's to handle a variety of roles. So yeah, I mean, the hunt's definitely on, but my focus is beating St Kilda this week. So there's people, trust me, there's people behind the scenes identifying who the next best person is to fill that role. But my focus is to finish this season off as strong as we possibly can.
Would there be a chance that you could ask Bomber Thompson or John Westlow about that role?
I will look at every person that's available. Typically what happens is the very best people are contracted, but yeah, we'll bring someone in with experience who's perfect for the role. It is a little competition in itself because those people aren't just sitting waiting there. But we are searching the country to bring the best person in for that role.
Is Bomber intriguing though, given what's unfolding at Essendon, that he might suddenly emerge as a possibility, or is it too hard to get about?
Listen, we'll talk to everyone. We probably won't comment on individuals at the moment, but that might be a discussion that we'll have, you know, when our season's done. But as I said, my focus is primarily on beating St Kilda this weekend.